More from the Cellerant Best of Class Awards coming up. Hi, I'm Allie Cook. Today is August 24th, 2016, and this is your Wednesday Watch. Here's today's dental news. A new study reveals that more than a quarter of surveyed parents in Europe use scare tactics to get their kids to brush their teeth. According to My Dentist, nearly one-third of parents admitted to having trouble getting their children to brush, and they rated it as more difficult than getting the young ones to wash or dress themselves. Some methods parents reported using were brushing their own teeth alongside their kids, making a game of it, and yes, telling them their teeth would fall out if they didn't comply. Of these three methods, most parents use the copycat technique for success. This week, we have one more special product update for you from the 2016 Cellerant Best of Class Technology Awards. Henry Schein Dentrix Ascend continues to make an impression with its advanced technology. And here's a recent conversation I had with Dr. Paul Feuerstein to find out more. Thanks for joining us for yet another installment of the Cellerant Best of Class Technology Awards 2016. As you all know, this is Dr. Paul Feuerstein, who's Technology Editor for Dentistry Today. We're going to talk about Henry Schein Dentrix Ascend. Now, Dentrix is a name that has been around for a long time. A lot of dentists are very familiar with it. What is Dentrix Ascend? Is it just a new version of Dentrix, or how does it work?
Absolutely not. That was the intrigue here. Let's back up a hair. When we look at these things in the committee, we're looking for classifications. So one of the classifications of what we're looking for is practice management systems. And there are lots of them, as we know, Dentrix being one of them. A lot of the practice management systems now are saying they are cloud-based. There are some brand new systems coming into the marketplace, and then Dentrix came in and some other companies came in and said, we have a cloud-based system. So Dentrix Ascend is their cloud-based system, completely written from the ground up. Now, what does cloud-based mean? In a typical office, we have computer workstations. We have a room that has a server in it. It's usually a room someplace, and there's a big computer in there. And then what happens is all of your information flows back and forth. All the data files are in this little server thing, or large server. And then every once in a while, you get a disk in the mail, and the company says, put this disk in, and it'll just update your software. And you sit there, and you go, oh my gosh, what if we put this disk in the software, something goes wrong? When you have everything based in the cloud, the server disappears. The server is in the cloud. All your data is in the cloud, all the programs are in the cloud, and all you're doing is accessing it essentially with a web browser. So that was part one. So we like the whole concept of web-based, cloud-based practice management systems.
Now, is that safe with HIPAA
Absolutely.
regulations and everything? I know that's a concern.
As of right now, and I have to say all the major companies that are doing this in this space are very careful with these pipelines going back and forth and security, the same security supposedly that you're using at Amazon or places like that. And you know we have all sorts of information sitting in there, patient social security numbers. It's very, very challenging and scary, but everything is encrypted and it's all tested, et cetera, et cetera. So in looking at all the systems, this is very tough because this is software and it changes all the time. We were sitting down at a certain point in time and in the beginning of the year, and at that time, and it may not be today, but at that time, Dentrix Ascend had everything we wanted. It had the clinical side, it had the front desk side, it had insurance claims, it had insurance eligibility, everything totally, tightly integrated in real time. Digital imaging in real time on the cloud. It was really very impressive. And that was the big thrust of this whole discussion and decision on this particular product. Ask us next year, who knows? But right now, as of now, this is how the awards work. We take a spot in time, and as of this point, at the end of 2015, the beginning of 2016, this was the, quote, winner of that Best of Class at that point. That's how that worked.
Oh, that's great information. And where can people go to find out more?
Well, Dentrix itself has a website dedicated specifically to this, dentrixascend.com. It's A-S-C-E-N-D, dentrixascend.com. A lot of information there. And by the time you get to it, there'll be updates that I haven't even seen yet because they probably changed some things last night.
Then you can go check it out and tell us what you thought about it and what you learned. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Paul. And thank you for watching.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for checking out the Wednesday Watch. Stay tuned next week with more news from Dentistry Today and DNN.